This is the QTV Nightly News, which is also on Q Radio 103.3 FM. And I am Mamna Buka. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. The National Water and Electricity Company, NAWEC, on Tuesday, signed a memorandum of understanding with the Department of Water Resources to consolidate efforts to ensure safe drinking water across all NAWEC water supply points in the Greater Banjul area and beyond. The management of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, in partnership with the Sharing Wonders Foundation, on Tuesday have honored a group of nurses and midwives serving in its labor obstetrics and gynecology department. The National Youth Council, in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, concluded 2 days capacity building training for youth, peace and security ministerial focal points, with a renewed call on participants to champion the integration of the YPS agenda within their respective ministries. The Committee of Banjul Muslim Elders, under the leadership of the Imam Ratib of Banjul, presented a funeral van acquired through fundraising by the city of Banjul. In line with its corporate social responsibility, the Sahelo-Saharan Bank for Investment and Commerce on Wednesday donated sanitary items to the female wing of Maltu Central Prison. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. Now, the National Water and Electricity Company, NAWEC, on Tuesday, signed a memorandum of understanding with the Department of Water Resources to consolidate efforts to ensure safe drinking water across all NAWEC water supply points in the Greater Banjul area and beyond. Mamudu Gajaga watched the handover.
Addressing a vital need at a crucial period, the National Water and Electricity Company, NAWEC, has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Department of Water Resources, a strategic partnership to strengthen the implementation of water quality sampling across NAWEC's water supply points nationwide. This important initiative addresses present concerns about water contamination and is a significant milestone in consolidating efforts to ensure the provision and monitoring of safe drinking water. The Director of the Department of Water Resources, Lamin Maiture, outlined the fundamentals of access to safe and reliable drinking water and how this MOU will provide a clear and practical framework.
Under this agreement, Department of Water Resources and NAWEC will collaborate to facilitate systematic quality testing across the entire country, so entire water supply chain, from source to distribution. This collaboration will ensure that water supply to communities across the country meet national and international safety and quality standards, thereby safeguarding public health and reinforcing confidence in our national water supply systems.
The Managing Director of NAWEC, Gallo Seidi, emphasized the importance of providing safe and clean drinking water for customers as a reaffirmation of the MOU's significance.
Our water needs to be clean. By the time it's contaminated, by the time you realize it, if it's too late, it is people that you are affecting. So having to have a memorandum of understanding like this, to be able to monitor more effectively and more efficiently our water supply system is a big milestone for NAWEC.
Mr. Seidi also outlined some of NAWEC's new projects and how the Water Resources Department can contribute to their implementation.
NAWEC is also constructing a water laboratory unit, and we will need also their support from a capacity building perspective. They have been in it for some time, and our teams will also need that collaboration.
The demand for water supplies is high and ever increasing due to Gambia's population growth. This MOU between NAWEC and the Department of Water Resources is a step towards improving access to safe drinking water, reducing the risks of waterborne diseases, and elevating the burden of contaminated water supplies on the population. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jacqueline Collie.
The management of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, in partnership with the Sharing Wonders Foundation, on Tuesday honored a group of nurses and midwives serving in its labor, obstetrics and gynecology department in recognition of their dedication, professionalism and unwavering commitment to maternal and reproductive health care. Aissatou Bari saw the ceremony.
Recognition is an appreciation of the selfless efforts of healthcare workers who continue to provide quality care under demanding conditions, particularly in maternal and neonatal health services. The award organized in partnership with the Sharing Wonders Foundation, whose collaboration underscores a shared commitment to promoting quality healthcare delivery and recognizing frontline workers who play a critical role in saving lives. As such, the award ceremony is both a celebration of excellence and motivation to other healthcare providers to uphold the highest standard of professionalism, compassion, and commitment in performing their duties. Dr. Abdullah Keita, a senior consultant and head of Department of Obstetric and Gynecology at the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, highlighted the importance of the event.
Award ceremony could not have come at a better time, as this is the December, the end of the year, when we are supposed to say thank you, Abaraka, Jarama, and Jarajef to all our hardworking nurses, midwives, and doctors.
Ramatulaiba, the matron of the Obstetric and Gynecology Department at the hospital, emphasized some of the support from Sharing Wonder Foundation to the Obstetric and Gynecology Department over the years.
Sharing Wonders came and petitioned our labor ward into 10 delivery rooms. They didn't stop at that. They bought medical equipment worth $1.5 million. That includes delivery beds, baby cots, just to name but a few. This was done with 18 brand new beds and bedside lockers, and they also bought 24 staff lockers for the pantry. Eventually, the hospital management decided to name the antenatal ward Sharing Wonders Ward.
Hadi Lemon is the deputy chief matron at the EFSTH.
Today, award recipients have demonstrated exceptional qualities, professionalism, leadership, teamwork, and a deep commitment to patient care. You have gone above and beyond. Whether the clinical experience, outstanding performance of compassionate services, and touches the life of the patients and their families. We are not merely presenting awards, we are acknowledging compassion, dedication, and level of commitment that goes beyond ordinary services.
Nurses and midwives at the labor department are often at the forefront of childbirth and emergency care, offering critical support to mothers and newborns while ensuring safe deliveries and postnatal care. Their dedication in strengthening the health system and improving maternal health outcomes in the Gambia deserves both acknowledgement and encouragement. Aisa Tubari, QTV News.
The National Youth Council, in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, concluded 2 days capacity building training for youth, peace and security ministerial focal points, with a renewed call on participants to champion the integration of the YPS agenda within their respective ministries. Jacqueline Coley observed both days.
The training was designed to strengthen the capacity of government institutions and other stakeholders such as the police to effectively mainstream the pillars of the youth, peace and security agenda into national development plans, policies and ministerial programs in line with the Gambia's National Action Plan (NAP). Throughout the 2 days, participants were taken through sessions focused on understanding YPS framework and its relevance on national peace building and governance processes. Emphasis were placed on integrating YPS priorities into policy formulation, program design and implementation, as well as developing measurable indicators to track progress and report on NAP implementation. Participants were given the opportunity to present points and possible agendas that could apply in their various ministries to advance the YPS and NAP agendas. Alaji Jaju is the Executive Director of the National Youth Council.
With the presentations made from the various ministries that we have just saw, I am very much convinced that NAP YPS will be successfully mainstreamed in all your ministries. Within less than 48 hours, you've presented programs that you can, or when you go back, do that will definitely relate to the pillars of the NAP YPS.
The program aligns with a United Nations Security Council resolution that calls on member states to increase the representation of young people in all decision-making levels and to provide platforms that amplify youth voices locally, nationally, regionally, and internationally. Fatima Sonko, the UNDP governance analyst, emphasized the importance of the YPS and its 5 pillars.
Young people in the Gambia is a critical mass. We cannot talk about development, we cannot talk about any aspect of national development without young people. And that is why we have a Ministry of Youth and Sports as well as the National Youth Council to really synergize and promote this critical mass of young people that we often overlook. So it's really a good thing that we are not only discussing and reminding ourselves on the map, but really how to create action plans within your respective ministries.
Karamba Daba from the Ministry of Trade, Employment and Regional Integration, and Mary Job, the Deputy Executive Director of the National Youth Council, both of whom were participants, shared their views after the 2-day training.
YPS pillars are very, very important to us since I came from the Ministry of Trade, responsible for employment. So obviously we're going to discuss it at a high-level management and see how we're going to integrate it into our work plan. So basically,
as the custodian of the young people in the Gambia, we deem it fitting that youth, peace and security is part of us because we lead chunk of the population of the Gambia, and we think youth, peace and security should be a collective responsibility, not just Ministry of Youth and Sports, but as a ministry responsible for youth.
At the close of the training, organizers urged participants to return to their respective institutions and actively encourage their ministries to mainstream the pillars of the youth, peace and security agenda into existing frameworks, policies and programs. They emphasized that sustained institutional commitment is key to ensuring the effective implementation of the YPS agenda across government. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jacqueline Collie.
We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more national news stories. Do stay tuned.
QCell brings your promo like never before. Get unlimited internet for just $25 Cs. Yes! Recharge $25 Cs and enjoy the convenience of free internet from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. every day with our Browse with Us promo. With this amazing offer, you can browse, stream, and download all your favorite movies for free. So why wait? Recharge $25 Cs today and enjoy free internet only with QCell between 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. For more information, call customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Bus, we innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for the perfect place to promote your product or place your advert? Look no further than QTV. We are the premier destination for businesses looking to connect with Gambian audiences and beyond. At QTV, we offer a variety of advertising solutions to suit your needs and budget. With our diverse range of programming, you can be sure that your ad will reach a broad and engaged audience. From our popular news broadcast to our exciting music and entertainment programming, QTV has something for everyone. QTV, the premier destination for advertising in the Gambia. Contact us today and let us help you reach your audience.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. The Committee of Banjul Muslim Elders, under the leadership of the Imam Ratib of Banjul, presented a funeral van acquired through fundraising by the city of Banjul. The vehicle is expected to smoothen funeral services with the city and surrounding areas. Mamadou Gajaga has more.
The new funeral van will ease funeral services by transporting corpses to various locations in the city and other places outside Banjul, a burden that will normally be borne by the relatives of the deceased. Although it has been acquired to serve the needs of the community, the service is not free, as there are some operational costs that will be levied as contributions towards maintenance of the vehicle. Alhaji Masamba Job is the chairman of the Banjul subcommittee.
community bi ñoko mom.
This van is a property of the community of Banjul, which will benefit its citizens and residents. When you have a diseased person, here is a vehicle you can use to transport the body. We will not discriminate when it comes to the charges that apply. Alhaji Mamudu Senghor, chairman of the community elders, talks about the sustainability of the vehicle now that it is going to start operation for the benefit of the community.
Concept cost recovery, lulenko operate.
We came up with a plan to be able to maintain the services of the van and durability. That is why we are charging a minimum amount. We want to do some cost recovery so that by the time it gets old, we can buy another one. Hamad N.K. Ba, the Minister of Local Government, Lands and Religious Affairs, welcomed the purchase of the van. Mustafa John, a representative from Access Bank, and several other speakers commended the initiative as an excellent community project. Mumudu Gajaga, QTV News.
In line with its corporate social responsibility, the Sahelo-Saharan Bank for Investment and Commerce on Wednesday donated sanitary items to the female wing of Mile 2 Central Prison. Ansumana Esonyasi witnessed the event and he now reports.
Speaking at the presentation ceremony, BSIC officials, including the Senior Manager for Corporate Affairs and Communications, Nene Siganjai, the Director of Administration and Human Resources, Abisatu Mane, and the Director of Retail Banking, Nguimbub, said the initiative was driven by the bank's commitment to supporting the welfare of female inmates. Further noting that the donation would help improve the health, dignity and overall well-being of the beneficiaries. The officials also reaffirmed BSIC's commitment to giving back to society and pledged to sustain similar initiatives in the future.
We know it won't solve all the problems we have, but we deem it thoughtful and necessary to, give towards the welfare of our female sisters, especially that are in this situation today.
The Gambia government is a shareholder of our bank. So all of our taxpayers' money is what is going into this bank. So we're more Gambian than any other bank in this country. We've been here for several years and we've been doing our bit to complement government efforts.
While these gifts may be modest, they are given with genuine concern and respect. We hope they serve the purpose and also remind all that there are people outside these walls who care about you.
Receiving the items on behalf of the Gambia Prison Service, Deputy Director General Keta Sedi, Commissioner of Operations at Mile 2 Central Prison, Lamin Sow, and Commissioner Joanna Mendy of the Female Wing expressed their appreciation to BSIC for the support. They noted that the donation would complement ongoing efforts to improve the living conditions of female inmates and support their rehabilitation, emphasizing the importance of access to adequate sanitary materials for women in custody.
We're doing this to make sure the young ladies incarcerated in prison to know there are people out there cares for them. I think that alone is enough. And that would also give them another hope.
Having a second thought that, there are people behind the bars and they also need to be considered, always gives them a lot of encouragement, that people are outside there. They are still having feelings for us.
Some are far away from Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Senegal, and they don't have relatives in the Gambia here. We are their family. Likewise, you who are outside. And we thank God that you think about them.
This donation by BSIC will go some way towards addressing some of the challenges female prisoners face in accessing essential sanitary materials. BSIC is a leading bank in the Gambia offering quality and convenient banking services. Since its establishment in the Gambia in 2008, the bank has built a strong reputation as a reliable player in the banking industry. It also has a significant presence across Africa as a multinational commercial and investment bank operating in Senegal, Ghana and others within the Sahel-Saharan region. Answane Sonyase for KTV News.
Now, we frequently hear of initiatives to provide work opportunities for young people. During a recent visit to the Bafoloto Garden, where the World of Peace is sponsoring young people in a beekeeping initiative, we witnessed firsthand an inspiring story of youth empowerment. More in this report by Loliam Kamara.
This initiative is part of a broader effort by the World of Peace to advance the lives and livelihoods of young people in the Gambia. Through this latest project, 5 young people have completed training in beekeeping at the Bafoloto Garden. Sekou Keta, the organization's country coordinator, gave us an insight into the work of World of Peace.
The boys who are engaged in honey production, they finance their training. They have a token of money that they collect every month. They are also able to buy them 10 boxes of honey boxes, which 9 of them are filled up with honey now. So it's only 1 box that is yet to be conceived. But anytime from now, that one too will. And the boys are definitely doing well.
These youth participants underwent 4 to 5 months of intensive training, learning how to produce honey, cream, wax, and related products. Alaji Espa is one of them.
We have learned how to produce this cream out of wax. We have learned how to harvest, how to start up. We have really learned a lot in this training.
Alaji says their lives before this training cannot be compared to now, as they have gained valuable hands-on skills that are already changing their economic prospects.
Before this training, though I was managing small with little life gave us, but right now the training has really helped us. We are really engaged in this. Weekly we used to come here to visit this place, so I think it's a benefit for all of us.
Beekeeping is becoming an increasingly valuable livelihood option for young people in the Gambia and across Africa. It is against this backdrop that the World of Peace aims not only to train young people to become beekeepers, make them self-employed and reduce dependence on government support. Here is Yankuba Bojang, another beneficiary who compared the old ways to modern-day bee harvesting.
Previously, beekeepers would light a fire to access the wax, which was risky and sometimes disastrous. But thanks to this training, we have learned safer and more effective techniques.
And according to these trainees, the beginning was challenging, but with determination and self-belief, they remained committed. They then made pleas for assistance to ensure they sustain their newfound livelihood.
We would like to have more equipment, such as boxes, harvest knives, uniforms and smokers, to continue and expand our work.
With more initiatives like this, training young people in sustainable trades could help the environment, significantly boost self-employment and reduce poverty in the Gambia. For these beneficiaries, beekeeping is not just a skill, it is an opportunity for growth, self-reliance and a brighter future. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
That report by Lolly M. Kamara brings us to the end of this bulletin, but before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. The National Water and Electricity Company, NAWEC, on Tuesday signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Department of Water Resources to consolidate efforts to ensure safe drinking water across all NAWEC supply points in the Greater Banjul area and beyond. The management of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, in partnership with the Sharing Wonders Foundation, on Tuesday have honored a group of nurses and midwives serving in its labor obstetrics and gynecology department. The National Youth Council, in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, concluded 2 days capacity building training for youth, peace and security ministerial focal points, with a renewed call on participants to champion the integration of the YPS agenda within their respective ministries. The Committee of Banjul Muslim Elders, under the leadership of the Imam Ratib of Banjul, presented a funeral van acquired through fundraising by the city of Banjul. In line with its corporate social responsibility, the Sahelo-Saharian Bank for Investment and Commerce on Wednesday donated sanitary items to the female wing of Maltu Central Prison. That's all for this bulletin. Join us again tonight at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. Thanks for watching.